What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the channel. As I mentioned in that video earlier, I wanted to test out the Spectral Knights with the range nerfs, and I just did this run in a video, so we've got a little comparison of before and after. Now, the range scaler was nerfed by 25% on the Spectral Knights. However, I kind of feel like it's not really going to make a massive difference. If we take a look at it, we've got 4,577 attack range. This is with using a gilded range pylon and additionally using a gilded diffusion. So we're getting, we're just about 1,000 under the range cap on these guys. So there is lots of range to go, and for this first round, I'm using the exact same setup that I did on the last video. So the triple stack, Ghastly Blades, of course, is the new shard. It was changed so it's no longer the frost damage. Still gives you the slow, still gives you the 20% extra damage. It's just magic damage now instead of frost. And then using the Mass Destruction double stack. Now, I did automate these side lanes, as I feel like with the range scaler, this center area is going to be the area that we really want to look at. So I just loaded up on both of the side lanes just so those would just run. Now, we're wave 1 here. We don't have any upgrades in place. Let's see how it does. I'm curious as to how far down the lane these Spectral Knights will start hitting. It looks like they're letting the enemies get really close to the walls. Now, I'm wondering, like in this setup, are we going to have enough range to deal with any ranged mobs? Now, of course, any, like javelin throwers or whatever, we're going to have to get down there and kill, as we're just not going to have enough range. However, everything else seems to be getting handled, but it is getting handled right at the wall. Let's take a look over at this side. Same thing over here. The enemies are getting all the way around to where they're making the turn before those Spectral Knights are getting on them. You see we've got some little Gobus rolling up now. And yeah, they get really close before the Spectral Knights start getting after it and getting the job done. Now, I'm going to go at Tier 1. I'm not going to upgrade any of these, even though, you know, obviously their big benefit is their upgrade scaler, since it's a 30 DU defense. They get real nice upgrade value out of any sort of upgrades you're going to give them. Looks like the little Gobus are still getting hit, so they are in range enough. I don't know, it seems like they're still doing pretty good. Now, this situation, of course, we've got a ton of DU on the map, so we're able to really load them up. But, you know, you see the walls took no damage. Any damage they did take, they were able to heal through. How about this one? Looks like that one may have taken one shot. It's slightly down. Now, let's go ahead and give it a little more range. So, if we get rid of Destruction, and we add in, say, where are you? You're in here somewhere. Spectral Amplification. That's going to give us our range back. So we should notice that the enemies are being hit much further down the lane. But let's check it out and see what we get. Now, this, of course, is going to be at the range cap. So you see we're at 5,500 range units now. And the Spectral Knights are hitting further down the lane. There's no doubt there. They are getting it. Of course, the Chieftain is going to still make it up to the wall. But nothing that those guys can't handle. Now, I got no anti-heal down here as well. So it will take a moment to get through that Chieftain here. But it shouldn't be an issue. I don't feel like it's going to be an issue. Yeah, they're getting way further down the lane. Let's check it out over here and see how far down we're getting. See, over here, there's nothing except the Chieftains and the Zerkers are even making it close to the wall. And the Zerkers, of course, are dying before they get there. Everything else is being blown up a little bit further back. You see the piles of mana are starting to stretch down the lane a little bit. So I think really it's a kind of an either or usage. It would be situational. Do you need those extra 1,000 range units, or do you want to stack more damage? By default, they're doing pretty good damage on their own. So although the triple stack, you know, obviously it's going to give you even more, but is it unnecessary? Is the range going to be better off? I think it comes down to a matter of, do you want to hit something, you know, twice for 1,000 a pop, or do you want to hit it 3 times for 800 a pop? Well, your overall damage output, of course, is going to be more with the additional range. However, situationally, of course, you might want that power instead. They definitely seem to be clearing fairly well here, even just at tier 1, with the extra range. So I think it's either or and a situational usage. I just feel like they're still real strong. They're still doing really, really good. Getting further down the lane, it doesn't seem like it made a huge difference. Now, I think I might use them at the range cap most of the time, as I do like the thought of killing enemies a little bit further away from any walls I might be using. And you see, we are getting it here now. The Spectral Knights are getting way down the lane here. They're starting to hit, looks like about right here. Actually, there was one way up there. Yeah, it looks like they're starting to hit right at about this area. So you can see we do have pretty darn nice range in this particular setup. We got a siege roller rolling in now, so we will go ahead and just handle that guy. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Will you all use more range, or will you go with more damage and less range? I don't think there's really a wrong answer here, and it will definitely be situational usage. In a situation like this, where we're trying to cover multiple areas with one stack of defenses, I think the range could be a little bit more beneficial. However, in standard usage, where they're only on one lane, unless it's a really long lane, I feel like the extra power might be better. So, really, I do feel like this is going to be a situational usage, without a doubt. But what do you all think? That will do it for now, though. Let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on the changes to the Spectral Knights. I mean, this one's not bad, y'all. It's not bad at all. I mean, you can still get to the range cap at the cost of a little bit of power, and you still get real nice power out of them without it. But yeah, that will do it for this time. Thanks an absolute ton for watching, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.